The ongoing Biafran self-determination movement faces fresh internal controversy with the emergence of the so-called 100-Man Committee, an initiative reportedly linked to detained indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Family Writers Press International has issued a strongly worded critique, describing the committee's rollout as a case of misplaced priorities and a lack of strategic focus that threatens to undermine the broader struggle for Biafra restoration. In an analysis titled Misplaced Priorities and Lack of Strategic Focus, the 100-Man Committee Saga in the Biafra struggle, the group argues that while Kanu has long emphasized the need for only 100 men, a reference to dedicated, disciplined individuals capable of advancing the cause, the current presentation of the committee deviates significantly from this original intent. The piece highlights that Kanu's broadcasts historically framed the concept as one of quality over quantity, not as a parallel structure or numerical display of strength. However, recent promotions and narratives around the committee have portrayed it in ways that appear confrontational, positioning it as a potential rival power base or corrective to perceived issues within IPOB's existing Directorate of State, DOS, the movement's administrative and operational core. Some narratives frame it as a new center of authority or a corrective measure against perceived shortcomings in the current leadership, the statement reads. This creates the impression of a rival power base rather than a collaborative effort. The critique warns that in a movement already under severe external pressure, including repression, arrests, and state propaganda, internal divisions represent the greatest threat. By appearing to challenge or bypass the DOS, which has maintained discipline, global coordination, and continuity despite challenges, such initiatives risk fracturing loyalty and sowing confusion among supporters. Family Writers Press International stresses that Biafrans, hardened by years of sit-at-home actions, court battles, and survival amid propaganda, prioritize authenticity. The core demands remain unchanged: the unconditional release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, an end to systemic oppression in the region, and the peaceful pursuit of self-determination through referendum or international recognition. Any initiative that diverts energy toward leadership contests or structural overhauls, especially while Kanu remains detained, feels like a detour, the group asserts, estimating that 97% of Biafrans view the committee's promotion as more about positioning certain figures against the DOS than accelerating Kanu's freedom or advancing the Biafran cause. Efforts to reframe the committee as a unity-building or emergency mechanism have been dismissed as unconvincing, given initial optics that emphasized power dynamics over collaboration. The statement calls for redirecting energy toward sustained diplomacy, legal advocacy, global campaigns, and coordinated peaceful actions to pressure authorities in Abuja and build international sympathy. The Biafra struggle has endured because of its institutional resilience, not personality cults or ad hoc formations, it concludes. The DOS remains the pillar holding everything together. The group urges strengthening existing structures rather than creating parallel ones that breed suspicion, warning that continued misalignment could delay restoration. The struggle for Biafra is bigger than any committee, any faction, or any narrative spin. It demands unity of purpose, strategic clarity, and unwavering loyalty to the cause. As the movement navigates these tensions, observers note that internal cohesion remains critical amid ongoing legal battles and detention conditions for Kanu, who is held in Sokoto prison following his terrorism-related conviction and life sentence appeal processes.